Hi, my Tubbies, my TikToker, SheilaTruelove here with you. We're going to talk about in 2023, you have all of these men talking about women are gold diggers, gold digging women, but 2023, it's proving that you have more gold digging men out here today than you actually do women. Let's listen in.
People always talking about gold digging women. In 2023, it's an epidemic of dudes trying to come up off women.
For sure. Girls spending $700 on their hair, $200 on their nails. Yep. Still got the car.
Yep.
Bro, they spending a bag.
Grimy dudes out here. They watching y'all Instagram, taking this trip. She buying this, she buying that. Do she got a man? If she ain't got no man, I'm finna try to bag her because she finna blow this bread on me.
See, fellas, this is how you properly use two podcast microphones. Now, these two gentlemen are definitely onto something. The hey, big money, you the one with all the money, I'm trying to get like you, fellas. They are watching. They are constantly looking at your Instagram story. They are watching your feed. Now, the kind of man that is asking you too many questions about your finances should be a red flag for you. Some of these men are also looking for a big, strong provider. Don't let that be you, sis. Do not provide that man with specifics about the money that you make. He doesn't need the details. He doesn't need to know how many dollars and how many cents. It's none of his business. There are some men that look for women who can help them to facilitate their lifestyle. They see you in the high rise and they can't afford the high rise alone. So they want to be your man long enough for them to get in there. They want to be your man long enough for them to drive your car. They want to be your man long enough to go on that vacation. They see you taking these trips and they see you with all of this money and they see themselves in your lifestyle. There are some men out there that are going to see you as a come up or an opportunity. When you are a successful woman, you have to be very careful when you're dealing with men who don't have as much as you do. Make sure that it's actually you that they want. You're not starting off volunteering to pay for dinner, volunteering to take him on trips, buying him things. Do not lead with money if you don't want to be used for money. That goes for men and women. Make sure that even if you don't spend a single dime on this man, that his feelings don't change. We don't want a man who's only nice to you when you're giving him money, only nice to you when dinner is your treat, only nice to you when he can live with you rent-free, only nice to you when he can use your car. We're not looking for conditional relationships. We are not buying love. Make sure that he loves you even if you don't give him a single cent.
She's absolutely right. I see it happening all the time. You see all of these women who are buying men $700 sneakers. You have these women who have men living in their house. He don't have to work. He's just laying up on her. You have these women who are so desperate and thirsty for a man just to say, I got a man. It's sad. It's pathetic. And anytime I hear a man who's more concerned with how much money is this woman making, how much money do you make, or what kind of work do you do, that to me is a red flag. That's a red light. Red means stop. Stop, turn around, and run. You should not be concerned with how much money I make. You should be more concerned if I can manage a household. How nurturing am I? Would I make a great mother? Am I the type of person that you would want your daughter to be like? Those are things that he should be concerned about. In terms of how much money do you make? No, I'm not feeling that. But at the same time, I always feel that a woman should have her own money because these men are very fickle. They're shallow. They're superficial. The moment your looks start to change, or you start to get up there in age, you're going to notice how their feelings for you start to change. Any woman who comes along with a firmer behind, a bigger butt, firmer breasts, he's off to the races. He's losing interest in you. A lot of the times they're looking at all of these women on Instagram and porno, and they're comparing your body to their body. And that's stupid because even women who have those fabulous bodies and women who are beautiful, they get cheated on, dogged, cutthroat, stabbed in the back, just as much as the average looking woman. So it really doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? And I always try to encourage women, always have a man who has more than you. Not the same as you, because when you get a raise and you get a promotion and he doesn't, and now you're making more than him, that's going to be a problem. Men and their egos, it's real. They say it doesn't matter, but that's a lie, because when a man's money is not right, he's not right. He's going to go around cheating on you left and right. All men cheat whether they have money or not. I'm not going to say all men because that's not true, because there are some good men, genuinely good men out here. I am a firm believer of that. I have Joyce Meyer's husband, David. She was lucky. But of course, what God puts together, no one should pull apart. God put that together. I think about Tony Gaskin and his family. I look at their family and the dynamics, spiritual family. I think about Priscilla Shire and her husband, James. She got real lucky. So there are some good men out there. There's like 3% of good men. 97% of them now, trash. Trash. All of them are on Satan the Devil's team. They're Satan the Devil's employees. You don't want a man who's an employee for Satan the Devil, sweetheart. You want a man who's a God-fearing man on God and Jesus' team. You want a man who has a ministry where he's having Bible studies with other men. That's how you can tell if it's legit. When they sit up here and talk about, I want a Christian woman. Are you a Christian man? I want us to talk about your ministry. Let's talk about your ministry if you're such a Christian man. How often do you study the Bible with your family, the daily devotional each day? Making sure your children read at least 1 hour every day. 1 hour every day so they can build their vocabulary, so that they're mentally sharp and equipped. You could even, my book of Bible stories. They have a lot of Bible story books. Or you could have them on the YouTube Bible stories and have them sit there, read, look at that for half hour, and then you read for half hour. But you will be building up these children spiritually, because the devil is busy. Like the Bible says, Satan the devil is like a roaring lion. He's seeking to devour and destroy someone. And you have your children out there with no kind of warfare. They need that spiritual warfare if you want to keep your kids. There's a lot of crack, crystal meth, heroin, promiscuity, strippers, tattoos, piercings all over the place. You need to protect your children and give them some spiritual warfare to protect them. You say you love your children. Now, I understand. I don't want to get off course. You have a lot of gold-digging men out here. It's starting to be an epidemic. I see more women doing the financial heavy lifting in their family because they're desperate and thirsty. You have to pay somebody to touch you. You have to pay somebody to be with you. That makes you pathetic and pitiful. That's what that makes you. That's not a flex. That's a loser. And don't you trust Jesus Christ to protect you? For all the people out there saying that they're a Christian, are you really? Do you think Jesus Christ has the ability to protect you? Do you think he can provide for you? Do you believe that? Do you trust that? Do you think he's a good leader and will lead you to success and will lead you to nothing but good things? Do you believe that? Do you believe that he's a good teacher? How about that? Do you think Jesus is a good teacher? Because if you really believe that, you don't see no need to be with these imperfect, shallow, very superficial, fickle. This year they love you, next year they don't. This week they like you, next week they don't. Come on already. And I understand that you want children, but you have a lot of family members who have children and could use a break. Every other weekend, go to one of your families, say, you know what, I'm taking the kids this week. I want you to go out or lay in your house, do whatever the hell you want. Take a breather, take a break. When it comes to sex, Adam and Eve, adult, Play Store, got everything you need, honey. Everything you need. Allow me to demonstrate, and I'm not trying to be perverted or whatever, but I know a lot of women are sick and tired of having their pH balance thrown off. She knows she keeps her JJ clean. You know? She knows she keeps her body clean, but he's so busy dipping his stick somewhere else, and now you notice that you got this itch, you got this vaginal odor, and that's not you. You have a lot of women who are contracting STDs because they have a man who don't know how to keep his eggplant where it belongs. He's pulling it out with God knows who. Men, women, children, God knows who. Like I told you, my brother, he had an awesome wife. Her name is Cynthia. She's dead now, and I could use her name. He gave her AIDS because she was one of those trusting women. Not my husband. I got a good husband. My husband, she thought her husband was her Lord and her Savior. She had so much faith in this man. You don't put your faith in no human 100%. So she sat up here, and I don't care what he does outside, as long as when he's with me, he treats me right. That's all I care about. Yeah. In the early 80s when they only had AZT, guess what? She's dead now. They're both dead. Miss, not my husband. Really? Honey, let me tell you how to play it safe. You see this? This is Astro Glide Personal Lubricant. There you go. You know what this is? This is the rose. Look how beautiful. And honey, the rose ain't no joke. Let me tell you, if you like fellatio, if you're that kind of girl that you like oral, the rose got the men beat, okay? And you don't have to worry about STDs. You don't have to worry about nobody cheating on you. And then I love the rabbit. This rabbit, I got 2 of these, backup plan. And I'm not trying to be perverted. I'm trying to keep you safe. For all of those who still, once a week, I take care of myself, usually on Saturday. Yes, and I have multiple, guaranteed. I'm not going to end up like this. Here, do you see that? You have so many wives whose husbands prefer to masturbate, looking at porno, sleep with other women. Meanwhile, this is what the wife is going through. So she ends up having to get herself this, this, and this. Hopefully she has a backup plan. Yeah, honey, that's the way it is. And this is just reality. It is what it is. Of course, you may not like it, but it is what it is. Sorry. So you don't have to be putting up with these gold-digging men who want you just for money. That's all their main concern is. Why are you putting yourself through that when you don't have to? I bet you, I'm going to challenge you, go to your doctor, your clinic, and I bet you're going to be surprised how many women have trichomonas, and chlamydia, and walking around and don't even know it. Go to your clinic. Go check that out. Why sit up there and put yourself through all of that when you got a guaranteed no STDs, guaranteed orgasms? 3 of them. 3. Saturday, I'd be like, what? What? I'd be singing in here, child. 3 times. I make sure I handle that, and then it takes care of me throughout the week. I'm ready to be happy, relieved, and very cheerful and pleasant. Yes. So, in closing, make sure you find a man who has more than you, because men are all about ego. When their money is not right, they're not going to be right. You have so many women who give men the whole loaf of bread. He don't even give her a slice of bread. He takes the slice out, give her a corner, breaks off some of the crust and throw her crumbs of kindness, of attention every now and again. And you have women who are willing to settle for that, talking about, I got a good man. Lord, Lord, Lord. You're giving him a whole cake and he's throwing you crumbs, a bit of crumbs, crumbs here, crumb there. My question is, why are you settling for that? Aren't you worth so much more? I know my worth and my value, honey. I deserve the best. And the best is JC. And yes, I am a true queen. You're a true queen when your king is JC. Now you're a queen. I have to run because it's time for me to get ready to head to the office. But don't forget about your toys, girlfriend. Protect your pH balance. Have a good one, darling. I love you. That's why I do what I do.